Across hundreds of conversations of customers of all sizes, a nearly universal set of requirements for those seeking a new virtual agent have become apparent. The number one point of a virtual agent is to answer customer questions directly, because escalating to a live agent essentially doubles the cost. Along the same lines of instilling confidence is having the agent be able to answer as much as possible. Anytime the agent drops back to "I don't know," it's a knock on the confidence and the intelligence of that agent. Now, one of the main goals of most of these companies is to avoid large startup costs. And lastly, maintenance and updating. For small to mid-sized organizations, this is critically important. They don't have a strong technical expertise in-house, and large organizations typically want to see how they can scale their virtual agents across business lines, countries, use cases, and subordinate companies. We've taken a stab at solving most of these problems. Welcome to NeuralSeek. So we'll start here at the end, what the customer sees. So if I'm coming in as a customer, lots of times I may want to ask a pointed question. NeuralSeek automatically generates natural language answers to customer questions that are previously unknown. Behind the scenes, we have Watson Discovery. In this case, we've scraped the Alliance Credit Union's website, taken about 500 documents worth of content, and landed that into Discovery. NeuralSeek then takes over Watson Discovery, aggressively cleansing those documents into a format that can be quickly used by NeuralSeek for just-in-time training of natural language generation. Now, none of these questions that I'm asking are pre-programmed into Watson Assistant. All of them are dropping live to NeuralSeek and are generated in real time. So we can see for this question, we got a pretty good answer. Let's continue. What is check fraud? Now, as users ask questions, typically context becomes incredibly important. So a typical user may ask a follow-on question like this. How do I know if I am being targeted for it? It meaning, clearly to you and I, check fraud. NeuralSeek understands context and tracks it across the conversation so that it continues to answer Q&A questions in the context of the question that it's asked. Again, all of this is being generated live, raw natural language generation coming from just-in-time training from a corpus of information pulled by Watson Discovery, injected live into the answer stream of Watson Assistant. Let's look at one more that's even deeper. Can you, meaning Alliance Credit Union, protect my account from it, meaning check fraud? And a great answer. Now, in normal conversation, someone might ask a question again a second time, implying that they didn't really understand the answer that was given. So NeuralSeek, each time it generates an answer, introduces variability into those answers. So I can ask the question again a second time and expect a slightly different answer coming back as a person in natural conversation would. Again, none of this was pre-programmed. All of this is being generated live. Let's look a little bit behind the scenes at NeuralSeek. So as we enter the UI, there's several tabs. On the Configure tab, we enter in our Watson Discovery instance details. We're given the options to set warning and minimum confidence. You can set a minimum confidence of any level you want. In addition, sensitive political topics, aggressive questions, things that are inappropriate are automatically filtered out of the system. Integration is very easy. The system comes with a button that allows you to download a custom extension that then snaps directly into Watson Assistant, completely no code. Behind the scenes, we're curating the responses to these. So we can see in the Curate tab the questions that we just asked through the front end. Now, what NeuralSeek does is it catalogs these using graph technology so we can see the user questions that came in. In addition, it automatically generates similar styled questions to be used as training data inside of Watson Assistant so that users can automatically land these into Watson Assistant with enough training material that no more work is needed. I can look through the answers that were generated. If I don't like an answer, I can remove it. Then I can select intents that I want to promote as curations into Watson Assistant. The system will automatically identify intents that are too close to the selected intent and should not be used. Because of the way NeuralSeek does groupings, it's expected that there's lots of different options. As a user, I'll just check the ones that I want, and then I can export them directly into actions. From there, I can come in, upload the actions, and now I have trained actions with all of the training data and all of the responses automatically added into my assistant. That way, organizations can curate questions directly into Assistant to answer. Now, back in NeuralSeek, I'm able to pull in base actions. So as I build out all of my curated actions, I want to track those. The system automatically identifies for me which intents are already actions inside of the system and notifies me that if I select this again, I will be updating that action. It allows me to come back in and select other pieces that I may be interested in, which I can then export again and continue to iterate on the building of my virtual agent. Now we have 3. NeuralSeek, completely no code, hooks directly into Watson Assistant as an extension. Use it to build a virtual agent with no prior work. For many small companies, it can completely eliminate startup cost. NeuralSeek is available now on IBM Cloud. It's priced at 50 cents an answer, meaning as user questions come in, if NeuralSeek directly answers that question, that is a charge of 50 cents. As users curate and promote the curated intents into actions in the system, NeuralSeek no longer charges. So organizations that stay on top of pulling in their interesting questions that more users are using, again, only the fallout goes to NeuralSeek, helping control cost while automatically building that assistant. Here's an interaction that we had just the other day. A company called Datamark, who has a live agent functionality on their site that connects to a real human being. We had the exact same conversation with both. First question we had, what are the benefits of outsourcing our document management? Now, Datamark is a document management outsourcing company. That's their business. NeuralSeek came in with a great answer about benefits of outsourcing. Again, this is completely out of the box, no training other than the scrape of their website and the normal NeuralSeek enhancements. The live agent got the answer wrong, so they answered in almost a nonsensical way to that question. Then we asked, are your prices competitive? Again, NeuralSeek, great answer. The live agent essentially said, I don't know. He said that we need to get an expert involved. I can't answer that question for you. At that point, most users would abandon the conversation like I did. That conversation most likely cost $5 to $7. The same conversation with a much better answer cost about $1.50 with Watson Assistant, Watson Discovery, and NeuralSeek. The solution is 4 to 5 times cheaper. NeuralSeek, natural language generation for corporate virtual agents. The future, here today, only with NeuralSeek.